Hello guys, welcome to J3 of building chat application in FlutterFlow. Uh, we are going to build an exciting feature today. All the UI and as many features we can build in this day live stream. So to wrap up the previous live streams, we have built authentication screens in FlutterFlow, which is responsive for both mobile and web, as you can see here. We have built sign up, sign in, login and sign up screens and forgot password screens. And now we are going to build the chat UI. So previously we discussed we are going to get inspiration from Dribble. So as you can see, we have some designs, inspirations from here. We'll take design inspiration from here and we try to adopt that designs inside our this one app. So very excited. Let me set up the project in VS Code. Let me run the project. Let her clean. So you can clean the previous build. And let her run. Let it run and we'll build the UI. So So while the project is running, let's work on the UI. So as we decided previously, for mobile we'll try to adopt this UI and make it responsive for both web and mobile. We try to build this chat indicator here, but we had some problems. Let's delete this. We'll cut this. We'll duplicate this column so we can add these features which are in the left side, right side. Okay. Control D, we will duplicate, and what we'll do is we just wrap it end to end. Uh, let's wrap this into a row. So profile chain be at the end, profile and the messages be at the end. We'll drag this into this row and have the padding, which is 8, have the padding of 8. And we'll set the row alignment to end here. So I'll delete this text. Okay, let's keep it as integer 2 and 11, and we have secondary text here. We'll keep the size of it to 12, so it is smaller. And inside that column, we'll set the alignment to end of the column, so it sticks to the right side. We'll delete this text here. So we need this number of messages. So basically now here on profile, we need to show different states based on the message type we have. We either have a message which is sent by someone else, which is not seen yet. So in that case, it will have bold text, and it will show number of messages which are unseen. We need to design the schema accordingly. We'll do it after we complete the UI. And in case we send something and it shows with the indicator of the check mark whether it is seen or not, just like WhatsApp. And we, so that's it. Like we need to design different states of it, and we'll design the schema accordingly. So while displaying this particular text, it is perfectly shown to assign the states of the particular message. Here we don't need a row here for this. And even for the other two also we don't need row. We can just remove the row, just like unwanted UI. And remove the row. And inside this we have the message count indicator. We'll remove the width and height, so it takes the width and height of the text. I want it to be round. Yesterday we were facing the issue, it was not expanding properly. Well, let's see what it happens now. For container, we'll set color of primary, and the text will be 1. and we'll have a surround padding of 2 pixels. So it's not taking the width and height of the UI inside it. I don't know why. Let's make this a little bit smaller, but it's much bigger here. Let's make this line height as 1, so it will be a little bit smaller, and let's see if we can make it round. Give it as 2 here and 2 here, and the top and the bottom is also 2. It's not perfectly round. It is round, but what if we have so many 3-digit number or 2-digit numbers? It will show like this. Okay. For now, it's set as white, so it match with the UI. We'll keep it secondary background text here. Or primary text. Does not look good. Actually, I also like this yellow theme, which is much neat. Instead of this one, you can always change as we need. For now, let's keep it as it is. We have message here, and then we have a check mark and the message. So what we'll do, we'll wrap this message text. We'll expand this. Okay, row is not expanded here. Let's expand this. So why I made this expanded is like if we have too much text here, so we have like too much text, it should be responsive. Once it is dynamically set, we can also set it to have ellipse at certain threshold. Wrap this with conditional builder, so we can have 2 different states: receive text and send text. So conditional builder will also copy this and we set copy paste that into else, and that text will wrap with row, and we'll add an icon. And so even this icon we need to wrap with conditional UI based on the message state. Is it like single tick, double tick, and the color of it, it'll change based on the message status. We'll send it to the right, left, and we'll expand this message here and keep it aligned to center, and we give a gap of 4 pixels for 6 for is good. So we'll also wrap this into to this one. So based on the message status, we can display that. Let me wrap this widget with a conditional builder and copy this icon and paste it here. So we have two icons. So if it is read, the message is read by the user, it will show double check with the blue color. So let's see if we have the blue color. We'll decide colors later. So this is how it looks in different message states. Like if it is red, it will show. If it's unread, it will show this message. If it's red, it will show a different message. Yeah. So let's keep this as secondary text. And this is it, UI of this. Let's convert this to a component and name it as chat tile. So we can create a data type which we pass all the details here. We'll do that once the schema is created. Now we are just focusing on the UI. It could be added that into components folder of chat, so it stays there. And let's also give a padding of, let's see, for entire the parent your row, we'll give a padding of 8. So like it does not go, the UI does not get wrapped with the parent one. So we have the UI, and how to make a responsive for admin panel. So yeah, so for admin panel, we need to have we use like flexible widgets. We use conditional builders based on the responsive sizes. We'll have different views. For example, if you want to have a conditional thing, right? For let's say you have a web app which is more responsive for both mobile and web, it will have different architecture for that. I'll show you. So this is one of my other projects, as you see here. So this is a web app which is responsive for both mobile and web. Um, yeah, I'll show you. So we have project section here. You have two options. So as you can see, we have two different states of it, right? So I've published this project. Let me open that. Actually, start FlutterFlow.app. So we have this. Projects. So as you can see, like as user scrolls, it will go to different responsiveness. Like even accounts, if you see here. So how we set this? This we set with conditional UI. So one pattern I follow is I'll have a constant named big screen. You can see in the constants which we have here. We have like 1084 pixels. This is like breakpoint of tablet and a desktop app. Take video on this. I didn't understand. You have already made a complete video on this. No, I didn't make a video on this particular responsiveness concept. I'm just explaining the concept, like how do you do that. So as you can see, I'm comparing if the screen is equal or bigger than the defined bigger screen. It'll have a different perspective, and you can see like I have this conditional visibility for projects. So it'll be visible only on web, and if it is mobile, I'm showing the mobile option here. Um, project details mobile. So mobile, it will have a pop-up like this. So this is how, like, this is just a concept. I'm sure I'll make a video. No, unfortunately I can not give the clone link of it because it's one of my client projects. So I'll make a video. Even this chat application what I'm making here, this is responsive for both mobile and web. So this is the application which I created fully, as you can see here. This one. So I'm making exact same app, but this time I'm making it responsive for both mobile and web. So as you can see here. So this I'll give a clone link once I complete the series. For the other one, unfortunately, it is one of my client projects. I cannot give that. So yeah, thank you. So let's continue the UI, and we have the UI of the chat tile, and we need to make the navigation bar here. For navigation bar, we can use a stack. We can wrap the entire UI with stack because we have a custom navigation, which is good here. Instead of we using normal navigation, we have the pop-ups here, so we can follow the same structure what we have here. You can also use FlutterFlow's native this one navbar like this, which we have here. But I think this is much interesting here for chat. Um, yeah, Daniel, I guess your name is Daniel. I'm sure like I'll make one more video about creating responsive layouts of both web, mobile, and also tablet. 3 breaking points for this particular chat, and it's both mobile and web app, so it will be responsive. But if you want complete responsive, if you want me to focus on a specific topic, you can mention your things. Yeah. So if you okay, got it. So if you want me to build a specific topic, right? If you want me to build an app on a specific topic, you can suggest. I'll consider it for one of my other video. If you want to learn more about responsive layouts between tablet, mobile and web, I can make sure to make a video about it. Not a complete live stream, but a short video of explaining layout breakpoints and creating a responsive layout. So for now, I'm just focusing on chat application. So I'll definitely consider your thing. You can just give your suggestions in the chat so I can consider for my future video. We'll wrap with the stack to add the navigation bar. And thank you for commenting, Daniel. I really appreciate it. You are one of the first user, like for second user, I guess yesterday I had one more live stream. I had one user commenting there. So yeah, navbar, this looks good. So let's follow the same design we have here. So I'll add a um, container, and we go to stack and we keep this container at the bottom, and we'll have safe area for enable. So like even like we have Android back buttons, our back buttons of iOS, it will not intercept with the UI. We'll make this 100% of the screen width, and height, let it adopt for the based on the content of the inside it. I'll add a row inside it here, and keep a padding of 16, or we need more on the side, so we'll have 24 pixel on the left, 24 pixel on the right, and 16 on the top, and 16 at the bottom. And to just keep it differentiated, we can also add a border box shadow. So we have it differentiated from the UI, which is in the back. So it appears as an navbar. We'll keep the shadow very less. We'll keep some 5% of the thing, and we'll keep the spread as 8. So it is just light and also looks clean. And let me add an icon button inside the row. I'll remove the fill color. Add the icon color as primary text, or can keep it as primary color. And we have home. We'll adjust all these icons at the end with the more good looking ones. For now, we'll just add which we have for in FlutterFlow itself. And I'll add a button beside it. And again, I'll duplicate the same icon to keep it at the end to end. And to make it more responsive, what I'll do is I'll keep it expanded here. Also button I'll keep expanded. And we'll have this as we'll have a gap of 16 pixels, and we'll remove the border radius here, and we'll keep border radius of button to 50, so it appears round. We'll add icon, add icon, and icon size we'll keep it 20. Yeah, thank you. New chat. Okay, or else we can make this as 1 1 or 2 2. So it takes like ratios of different ratios for the children here. We'll keep this as 3, and we'll keep it as end to end. 3. We'll keep internal padding of 24 24. So looks good. Let's just keep this border radius of 50 so it appears round. When we tap, we'll have a tactic feel. And we change this to profile icon. FlutterFlow icons, actually, I don't like the FlutterFlow. Little bit ugly. I mean, I need more clean icons. We'll do at the end. We'll finish the UI first. Profile outline. Great. Let's see how it looks in the preview. So yeah, as you can see, we have this round, this one, and we have chat button in the middle, and we can see we have safe area here. So to match the bottom sheet's color, what we will do is we have the main container, which is secondary background, which is white. Can also keep this as secondary background, so it syncs with uh, the bottom sheet. To keep it more differentiated, we'll just increase the color opacity to 10, so it looks more differentiated here. This looks good. So we have the bottom sheet. What we'll do is we'll convert this to component. So because we may use in different pages, if we have different pages like different other crude pages, we'll just name it as navbar. Navbar. So as I said, for naming components and naming schema, I always prefer to use snake case and with small letters. So it is much cleaner to identify and see. And also selected and not selected also, like buttons, when we it is selected or not, we need to define them. We'll create different parameters and states. Let's finish this UI, and we'll work on that logics. So this is good, and we also have this UI here. We'll change it to a different image. This is it little bit on this side. It's not aligning to the very end because it's icon button. You can also replace this with the icon, just icon, so it just stays at the end. And choose the more icon. Keep this as 20 pixels. Great. And we'll have oh, initial padding for chat wave here. Start spacing. We'll have around 24. It's too much. We'll have 16 pixels. Start spacing here. Great. Now we need to design the chat UI. So this is there. We need to design the chat UI. Great. Now, as I said, so we are designing the chat app to be responsive for both mobile and web. So users can use it to different purposes. Like if they wanted to create this as a support chat, only single one-on-one chat, they can do. And also we'll have decided to have multi user chat, like group chat or something. I'll do, and you can let me know your feedback if you want me to also build the schema to keep it scalable for group chat also, or your single chat is fine or not. You can let me know. So as I said, we will design this to be responsive. So we'll have the entire component here, what we have, the chat list and everything. This will be a single component which is more responsive for both web and mobile. And for mobile, it will have a home screen which will show that component. And if it is chat, we'll navigate to the chat thing. So we'll create one more. We'll create one more component or page and add a page called chat view. Name it as chat view. It remove the initial UI. Let's fix these errors we have. So it's saying if it is, so these conditions we are going to set based on if the message is sent by user or the opposite person. For now, we'll just set some default values. So we can set the logics later once we are configuring backend for this. Let's run this and see if we have any issues with the UI. Let's go to VS Code. We'll pull the changes from FlutterFlow. We already run the project. You can see here. Let's log in. For those who have missed the UI of authentication, they can watch the day 1 live stream where I built that. In day 2 live stream, I built a forgot password, and now we are building the UI of chat. So we have logged in. Let's reload the app and see if UI populates. So currently it's mobile responsive, so let's keep it to mobile. So yeah, as you can see here, the UI, we can see the UI here. So it is running. You can see this UI, and it's both the dark mode and light mode. So it is showing this. Let's go back. So let's keep the background of the chat to primary text. Let's keep this the primary background. And let's check how it looks in the primary background. It's also, it's not, so actually you can pull and push the code directly from VS Code to show the options here, but it is not showing the options. So anyway, we can just click the VS Code button here. It will also push the code to get new changes from FlutterFlow. Actually, I prefer this way of testing the app because it's much faster, as I also explained in my previous streams, and it's also unlimited. Like you can, if you don't have any package changes, you can always just like pull and refresh and preview it in just few seconds instead of waiting for a lot of time in FlutterFlow's inbuilt like debug mode. So let us refresh the app. Actually, keeping it different is good, but for the safe area, I guess we need to wrap this with the container. So when we have enable safe area, like we have it same color as navbar. So what we'll do is we'll wrap this UI with the container wrap it with a container, and this container will keep the color as primary background, and the background of actual page we'll keep it as secondary. So when we have the app, so it matches with the navbar color, so it just looks same. Okay, we have the shadow here. Mm-hmm. Or else we can just disable safe area and we can maintain the safe area ourselves. We'll manage that. We'll also convert this as a component. We'll say chat chat. So we can use it in the web component also when we make it responsive to web. We'll add it to the same components here. We have this thing. So when it is web, this navbar is not visible. So we'll have a different, this one, interface, just like WhatsApp. Now let's decide for chats. Chat UI, we have here. Yeah. So my original plan was, when I wanted to create this chat application, so the plan was to create in a structured way where I can also like show you the real building process of an app in FlutterFlow. You can see all the struggles and all the challenges we face, and you see each and every step and build with me live. This is one point. Another point is I wanted to make it structured, so even after some people who could not make for live streams, I can cut the main parts of the process and make it as a single video, which is much lesser, maybe 40 minutes or 1 hour instead of 2 3 hours, and they can just attend that particular video to understand. Live thing is we can collaborate in live way. You can ask questions and everything. So yeah, I'm definitely planning to um, create a short video, or shorter version of the building series of chat. So yeah, so let's build chat UI here. Okay, let's jump into chat UI. We'll add a column. And also, I'm thinking to add call and video call feature, voice call and video call feature. Maybe use Agora or some other SDK to for that feature. Or we'll decide. We'll first build the main architecture of the chat, one-on-one chats. Then we'll add more and more features like the typing indicators, um, live scene or non-scene check marks, and reactions, file sharing. File sharing also, I'm thinking to create a cloud function to store the files in somewhere else for the things. What do you mean by pops? Can you brief it? What is that? Pops? So let's add the header of the chat. We'll add a container, and inside that we have the row. We'll remove the width and height of it, so it just takes the children's pops up. I mean, pops up in the sense like you're talking about some feature. I'm adding the icon button here. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really love people are interested in this. I really love to contribute more for sure. Thank you so much. Okay, you're talking about the pop-ups like you see in the UI, right? Here, these things. You see this UI here? You're talking about those? If you're talking about this UI, I'm sure I'll build this. So we are following the same UI. I like the blurriness and the UI is clean. So we'll follow the same inspiration for the pop-ups and the style of it. Add a column for the chat profile. Oh, it's not column, it's row. You do a live admin panel that should you right, full. Yeah, for sure. I'll also build an admin panel video. Actually, one of my future videos is I'm building Uber clone, right? Uber clone is just like Uber. You have driver app, user app. So in that, I'm building an admin panel, universal admin panel. So that admin panel, you can like it has same features as any other admin panel, like user management and everything else. So I'll for sure do that. So it is helpful. I'm just getting started. There are a lot of things planned. I'll just show you the preview of what I meant. So I have this Uber clone. Um, so let me show you. Ride user. Ride user. So I've already built the app, but I wanted to do it in a structured way so people can learn. So here, if you see this Uber app, I already have a working version of it. I built all the custom maps, custom code. So we'll be using Supabase and uh, this one FlutterFlow. Have all the features of Uber. So for this, I'm planning to build the admin panel and also the app. So this will be my next thing after the chat application. So yeah. We'll add the row. So how I decide the UI layouts is so as you can see here for the chat header, we have a button, back button, we have a profile image, and we have title and the status of user, and we have another two buttons. So in FlutterFlow, while building UI, you have two main backbones, building blocks, which are row and column. Row and column are two most used UI elements, widgets in FlutterFlow to build the UI. So how we view that is, you just need to segregate different UI elements. For example, for the chat header, we have an icon and we have profile, so image, which is much closer to. So this particular entire profile element is much closer to the back icon. So how I imagine this is, we'll have a row. So we have, first of all, you can see that the main chat layout is differentiated by the header. So for sure, this color is different and this color is different. What we'll have, first I added an container, and inside that we have a row, which is like row which contains all the elements. And inside that, first I added an icon. We need to wrap this particular icon with a row. So we make sure we have one parent row for the back icon and also the profile content. We'll also cut this row here. We'll add inside the parent row of back icon, and we give a spacing of 6 pixels. So what happens now? So if I build the UI of the profile image and etc. So I'll add image, circle image. I'll keep it as 48. 40 is too big. Let's keep it as 40. And let's add. So now again we have a row which again we have a row where we have profile image and we have name and status. So here name and status, how we view is, name is the status is below the online icon. So we need a column which can populate the things uh, vertically, right? We have things which populate horizontally, which is like this, and we have things which populate horizontally. So I'll add one more um, column. I'll also make short tutorials about layouts and UI principles, etc. So which is much easier to understand when we build complex stuff. So just there are just building blocks of building in FlutterFlow. So now we have column. In that column, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a text. So we have row. We'll keep, again you can see we have spacing between the profile image and also the name. We'll have a spacing of 8. And one more thing I want you to observe is, this particular name is aligned to the top of the profile. So what we'll do is, we'll go to row and we keep the alignment, which is cross alignment, to top. So what happens is the text, it sticks to the top. And we'll duplicate the text here. And again, we keep the line height of the text to 1.4, which I usually use with the text. 1.4. It naturally gives spacing for the text. To just be sure, I'll just give a padding of 4 pixels. So you can also see we have a spacing of between those online and the name. So with that, we decide we don't need to, we can just keep 2 pixels, which is much smaller. And that is too much. For online, we just remove the line height and we just keep it as 1. And now we name the thing. Sorry. And again, you can see the text is in the middle. So we always need the text to align on the left side, right? So we'll name this as online. We'll keep the alignment to left. So it always stays on the left. And online is much smaller, so we keep it as 10 pixels. And it boldness, we'll keep it as 500 or 600. Keep it as 500. And for name, we'll keep the boldness to 600. So this is how it is. If you want to keep this as in the center, you can change the parent row alignment to center like this, but it stays in the center. forward. Okay. So now we can see this particular icon and the profile is aligned to nearby, and we'll change this icon to back. We'll use this and change this icon to 20 pixels. So it is rounded here. Let's see if we have rounded. Don't have rounded. So now let's keep it. As I said, icons will change based on what all icons we need. And I'll change the online color to secondary thing. And again, you can see we have video call and voice call buttons. What I'll do is I'll copy this, paste this here, and now I'll add end-to-end alignment. So it will stay at the end, and we have two buttons which are aligned side by side. So again, I'll wrap this with the row because it is populating horizontally. And then I'll duplicate this, so we'll have two buttons, and for the parent row we'll keep a padding of 6 pixels, and then we'll change the icons. Don't have an outline. Okay, we have, and we'll change this to call. And as you can see here, it appears to have a border here. Let's see if we can add border to this. Let's wrap this UI to column, because if we wanted to add a horizontal border, we need to add it into a column divider. Basically, we keep the height of divider to 1 and thickness to 1, and we have border color. Hmm. Border. Let's try this one. Now, let's remove border. It's not looking. It's not looking good. Control Z. If you to do any changes, you can just press Control Z to revert the changes you made. Now this looks good. If you want border, we'll have divider. We'll add it on later in the future. And then we have the date chip here, which stays constant. In WhatsApp also, you can see if you scroll, the date always aligns to the top, right? So what we'll do is we'll add one more UI to the parent column, which is let me see that. sticky header. You also want me to stream on Twitch? I thought like Twitch don't have much audience for FlutterFlow, so I ignored Twitch. If you prefer to also stream on, if you prefer me to also stream on Twitch, you can just say yes or no. If I wanted to stream on Twitch, I'll also stream on Twitch. I thought like FlutterFlow people are not on Twitch. If they are, I'm happy to stream on Twitch also. Okay, and able to vertical scrollable. Okay. Oh, is it? Okay. I'll also stream on Twitch. Let me get one or two suggestions again. From next tomorrow, I'll also stream on Twitch then. It's not expensive for me, but I thought we don't have any audience. But yeah, I'll stream on Twitch from tomorrow. So let's add one more column inside this. Yeah, I'm actually using StreamYard for streaming, which is like much easier to manage. I thought to use OBS and Restream.io. OBS is like we'll get much higher quality, but StreamYard is much easier. I mean, I can stream it everywhere. Just choose the platform and stream. Yeah, let's get back to the content. So I'll keep this scrollable so I can add sticky header. I'll I'll show you why I'm using sticky header here, because the sticky header is very cool because the header always stick on the top. You can see today and tomorrow, and it will show like as you scroll in WhatsApp, right? The date always stays in the top, and only the chats just scroll as we scroll. So that's the reason I am using sticky header, which is very cool. I'll I'll show you how it works once I configure the backend. So we have sticky header here. We'll remove the initial UI. We'll add a row. Okay, so you also don't need row then. We'll create the UI of this date. We'll add a container that I'll add a text, and text let it be in the center. And container I'll remove the width and height, so it takes the height and width of the text. Let's give padding of 4, and is the border radius be 50. Okay, let's just be on the center. So that's why I said we need the row, so it can just be small. If we keep row, it will stay here, and we just center it like this, and we'll test today, and make the size of the text to 10 or 12. 10 is small. Let's keep 12, and let it be secondary, and we'll remove the color of it. So I added a container because some people would prefer have like it to feel as a chip, so they can add their own color. For now, I'll just keep it as transparent, and I'll keep a padding of 16 pixels on the top and 16 pixels. You don't need padding in the bottom. Top is enough. Okay, then let's build the UI of the chat. Let's keep a list wave. You can also use column. So yeah, um, so now the interesting part is messages. So these are chat bubbles, we call them. So chat bubbles, we have them like a reply, as a send text, and also you can see we have if you wanted to reply for a specific message, and let's say you send a image or a file or a audio file. So we have different types of messages which is sent by user. So which is not just malaced with just for um, text. So the main purpose of this chat application is I wanted to create a production grade complex chat application, because currently we have chat UI and the functionality within Flutterflow, which also like is provided by Flutterflow itself for chat, but it's not that complex, and also it's not that it's just simple. It doesn't have voice text messages. It doesn't have file sharing capabilities. It just have normal single image sharing, not even multiple image sharing. So we'll just slowly evolve into one by one, adding more and more features in this series. The goal of this series is making the chat application. Once we have a production one, I'll have it as a template. So people who are building with me can build with me live without even paying anything. So yeah, as I said about chat messages, there'll be two types. One is either they are sent messages or they are received messages. So we need to create one single component and have different chat types of it. So we can show a different UI based on the chat type. Let's design initial UI of chat. We'll have we'll wrap this with a row for list view. For list view, we can have start spacing of 16 cells, and here row we can have a start spacing of 16 as well. And we'll remove the internal width and height of the container and add a text inside it, and we'll have padding for that text, which will be 16. Oh, this is too big. Let's give around 6. 6 is good, or when we can give us 8. And let's give border radius for this, which we'll keep it as 10. I'll change the colors later. So this looks fine. Let's see how it looks if we keep 12 pixels. Okay, this looks closer to what we have here, and we'll keep it 600. It's too much. Let's keep it 500 pixels here. So then we have sent messages. So if anyone is watching, what do you think we need to use for message status? Should we use like check marks like WhatsApp, or just text indicator, or like delivered, not delivered, seen, unseen? What do you think is much efficient? Should I use check marks to show like single tick for sent, double tick for delivered, and we'll make it blue color of double tick if it is seen? What do you think? made the text dynamic. So based on the text size, it adjusts. And also we'll add read more text. For that, we need to create a custom widget. So if we have like too much of text, we'll wrap it to a read more thing. So when they click read more, it'll expand. So we'll delete this one. Duplicate. We'll send this shift and left arrow to go this side, and change the UI color. So as you can see, the text is dynamic, like the container expands based on the text. This one. We also need, basically, we need to make this like a chat bubble as a custom widget, because we have a lot of other features we need to implement. Like if user slides this like this, like we need to show the reaction pop up, and if they wanted to reply, they can just slide this. If in case of mobile, they can slide and they can reply. So to implement those features, maybe we need a custom widget for that. For now, let's create UI. We'll focus on the custom widget later on. So we'll ramp this with a column, and in that column, we'll add a row or a container. Let's wrap that container with a row. Sorry, let's wrap that row with a container. So in case if you wanted to show a different UI for that reply message preview, we'll add a padding of 4 or 6, and then we'll add a indicator as a container here, and we'll keep the width of it as 2 pixels or 1 is good, and let's keep it as primary text, and height we'll keep it as 40 pixels or 32, and we need to increase the padding. Let's keep the padding as 12 or 10. 10, 6, and 6. And let's move this container. So you can just use Shift key in your in your keyboard, and you can press arrow up button, it will go to the top. So if it is row, you just need to use left and right keys. If it is column, you can just use shift and up and down keys. I guess we need to keep same um, padding, I guess, and keep up also we can keep 10 here, and keep 8. For text, we'll keep surround padding of 8. So let's make it 2 pixels here, so it appears a little bit big. It is too big, or 1.5. Yeah, so but when I said we need to wrap it with a container, I said it because if you wanted to show a different color, right? Let's say I wanted to show a light shade of um, the one which I'm using here. You can show it like this. Which can act as a different thing. So you can change the color like that for if you wanted to show the reference of the previous message which user is replying. So this thing looks good, but not that good. Let's try out for a different. Let's just use primary and we'll keep it anyway, you can use this like this. For now, I don't want any shadow. So when I initially said in the first stream that we need to set colors, so this is what I meant. Like it is really easy because when you go switch to dark theme and light theme, you don't need to set colors twice and you don't need to face the drama. So you just need to set the color. So even if you're just adding colors, it is automatically it looks good when we change the this one text color. So here also I need to use primary text. Looks good. Actually, here I like this yellow and white theme. It's much neat and modern than this color. We'll change the colors later. Let's build the UI first. Now again, as I said before, we have this text, like we are seeing it as in one column. So I'll just copy that to reuse here. And for the main parent row, I'll give a padding of 8 pixels. So it's here like this. We'll keep it as 12 pixels or 10. And this I'll have the same primary text. So this one we need to set as a conditional visibility based on the message type. So if it is a reply to a message, which is, so just like user slide this and reply, we do that. So yeah, for this thing we need to entirely build a custom widget for different message types. Have like a voice message feature here, it will be a different one. If it is image, single image, it's different, and if it is multiple images, we'll have a different message bubble, speech bubble, different one, etc. And here text always stay on the left. And so as I asked before, so what do you think for the deliver icons? Should I use the text which is delivered, not delivered, to indicate the status, or we need or it is best if we use it as WhatsApp, just check marks, right, to display if it is delivered or not? What do you think is good? People who are watching can comment if check marks is better indicator for read unread, or a text mark like this where you see in the reference image delivered, not delivered. What do you think? I'm not getting any replies. It's all right. So we'll use the check marks only. I think also this thing is clear. Delivered, not delivered. Yeah, but check marks is much cleaner. Let's use check marks. So here in the column, I need to add one more row in which here we'll use an icon here. We'll keep the padding to end, and also we keep it 8, 8, and 8. So we have paddings around 8, so we'll just name it. Yes, wait. The icon size is 16 pixels, and if it is check mark, it will show check mark. Actually, even this check mark is not that good. Let me see if I can find any good icons for this. Guys, I'll end this live stream in 10 minutes because I need to just keep it as less as possible. I mean, eventually, when we have more engaging, like uh, we get more and more users, I I'll make sure to keep it more big, like length of the videos. But yeah, based on the feedback, I'll increase the durations. So I need like this. So which is actually like this. This is actually good. Double check, just like WhatsApp. We'll use this icons. So now we have a chat bubble. We need the footer of the messages. So what I'll use is I'll duplicate this. I'll reuse the container and send this container to bottom. Shift, Control, this one, and then I'll make this thing expanded so it stays at the bottom, and I'll remove this UI. Actually, you can reuse the UI of that. We can just add this here. We can add an add icon here. We'll make the icon size bigger. 24 looks good. And we'll make this as mic icon, which is also 24, which is a little bit big. We'll make it as 20. Actually, icons which is used in this chat type is very good. I'll research this, which icons this particular template is using. So next from next live stream, we can use the same icons. It is much good looking. Now I need a text field. Actually, it is here. Don't need it to be in the row, so I'll just remove that. And we have a text field here. New chat. No, not new chat. Type something. So we have this. So next live stream, what we'll do is I'll make sure to bring this particular icon set ready so we can import them, and also we'll change the colors to this particular template, yellow and white, black, which combination is good than this color because this is more nice than this. So we'll change the color theme and icons. And next live stream, what we'll do is we'll create a custom widget using Cloud. So the style of videos I wanted to make is I'll have Cloud for coding, which is much efficient. So I'll show you how you can prompt it properly to get particular output for FlutterFlow, either to create a custom action, widget, or Cloud function. It is very efficient. It's been very efficient for me. I'll teach my techniques. So we can create a custom widget for message type based on the message type, whether it is a file, or video file, video player, if it is a video, if it is an audio, or a file share, or just a text message or reply type. So yeah, and also for text field, also we need if we'll see if we need a what we call that custom widget, because if we need that, we'll create a custom widget. So it is much dynamic, right? It's for the thing. So the goal is not to just create a simple app which is working good, but I wanted to create a fully functional chat app which is dynamic, which can be adopted to different use cases, either it is a support chat or a one-on-one chat or a integration chat feature, within any app. You can Users can use it for any purpose. So yeah, and also we'll make sure we are building this in a structured way. So I also, as I said, like this title and subtitle, we need to make it as a component. So this can be reused in different places. So if you wanted to make any changes, we can use it once. So currently I don't see the multiple use cases of this particular UI. So I'm just building the UI as it is. So yeah, great then. We build the basic chat UI today, and the home chat home. So tomorrow we will build the custom widget of this one and make sure like the chat is slidable. That whatever messages user is sending is slidable, so we can react. Let's say we wanted to react, they can react as you see here in the component, and the user can also reply to that. So if they and also instead of sliding, if you want to use less custom code, what we can do is we can see this pop up here, right? So we can use this approach also. When user double tap or just like long press the particular message, we can just show this pop up there, that particular message. So they can react, or we can give multiple options here for that. Actually, this is much efficient than that one. Like some people who don't want too much custom code, this is also good. So yeah, so instead of custom code, we'll use custom widget. We'll use a pop-up like this when some user clicks or long press the particular thing. So yeah, great. Then from tomorrow, we'll build that, and we'll jump into this backend schema and more animations and more features of the chat. And also tomorrow we'll make it web responsive. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe for the channel to stay updated, and see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you for all who have been replying. This is actually amazing stream today. Like people are actually replying. That's great to know. And yeah, thank you.